All right, so what do we already know? Since some things got spoiled well ahead of time, we know...
We haven't read any of this.
No.
We haven't. So we're going to be reading while we're doing this, and you're going to see us, like...
Flip the table.
Yeah, flip out.
Well, maybe not
like
this
that.
one, but...
Yeah, we're not going to flip this. You flip this table. Yeah, and then there's not going to be any crying. No crying.
No crying.
No crying.
No crying.
You give a smack in the back of the head if
Yep.
you cry. Yeah, and then...
And I'll just say thanks, boss, and it'll be fine.
That's right.
I want my fucking Wookiees. I want Yoda.
I do too.
I want my chieftain.
Okay,
Actually, I want my chieftain is what I want.
I do too. The worst part is we got guys with Yoda because they're ordering it from other countries.
Yeah.
And they're bringing it here from other countries to the place where the game is designed.
Yeah.
That's
keep calm.
I got my shirt on.
Yep.
Just keep calm.
Yep. We're gonna try and stay positive. We're gonna try and stay positive.
Screw positive.
We're gonna stay positive. Fair enough. Stand still long enough. That's right.
All right, so what do we know already that's been spoiled? We know the Clone Trooper keyword changed to where you can only spend or share 1 token per attack and defense. We know Rex went up 10 points.
We know that, not that we've seen it in the list.
But because it was been told to us by the developers and producers.
He went up 10, yeah.
We know Vader has been changed with, he is now, Commander Vader has gained a command slot, Compel Core, and 2 of his command cards have been changed, but there was some ambiguity on what happened with them specifically.
Yeah, and I'm glad, okay.
I'm fine with.
Okay, yeah.
I'm fine with.
Okay, Vader needed...
We can talk about that when we actually see all of the changes with him.
All right, fine.
Because Vader needed to change.
He did it up.
And we know that Han got steady. Prediction. What's your one prediction? We kind of talked about this earlier.
Yeah, okay, so since we know Rex went up in points, he went up 10 points to 100, from 90 to 100.
Yep.
I think that they're going to also have to raise clone commanders. I'm thinking that they're going to have to raise the clone commander points. I think, and we kind of mentioned it, I mentioned it last night, I think that they have to go up because if you don't go up with clone commanders, then instead of taking Rex at 100, you could take 2 clone commanders, get 2 activations, and do that for 110.
Correct.
And you could almost get that for the same price as Rex because they raised them. Yeah,
they raised them to 100, and then
you trick him out. Right, you can gear him out.
Rex.
Yeah, I think you could almost get the 2 clone commanders for Rex's price, and I don't think they're going to allow that. I don't know that clone commanders were wrecking or ruining days.
But just because of that,
but I think so.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope my prediction is because of the unorthodox tactician and the rebel bus. I think one of 2 things will happen. One, his points are going to go up, which I don't know if they're going to do that because the bus is still fairly new. Or 2, they're going to change the wording to say at the start of the bus's activation as opposed to the start of the turn. So you'll have to activate the bus to get the free aims. I still think it'll be free aims, but I think it'll be at the start of the activation or as price goes up. One or the other. All right, so going into this. So we're starting with the setup. This is something we kind of already know. This was the other thing that was spoiled, I guess. Right. We didn't talk about this. Right. You now are going to flip over all 4 of your cards instead of 3, which is awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
And red player gets to pick their table edge.
Instead of blue.
Instead of blue.
Currently it's blue.
Currently it's blue. And technically none of these take effect until November 8th.
Right.
But everybody's using them now. Yeah. So that's, I don't know if red player needed to pick table edge. I think the 4 cards is going to change how people bid because blue player can no longer force anything. Because before with the 3 cards, blue player, if you saw something in the 3rd slot you liked, you could use both your vetoes and you're playing what's in the 3rd slot.
You could force that.
No, that's not going to happen. So I like that change. That'll be a good change. When attacking or defending, a clone trooper unit may spend 1 aim, dodge, or surge token belonging to a friendly clone trooper unit at range 1 and in line of sight, as if it was its own token.
So that's per attack. Right?
So it's per attack or defense. So when attacking or defending. Now, that means if you split your fire, you can still only grab 1 token. It doesn't say per pool. It says when you attack or when you defend. But each time you defend, you'd be able to pull a dodge from somebody. We have already hashed that out. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so low profile is all blue, which means all of it's changed. So When defending against an attack, if a unit with low profile keyword has cover, cancel one additional hit result. When determining cover, if the attack pool has blast, you do not cancel one additional hit result as the effects of cover are ignored. And when determining cover, if the value of the sharpshooter X is equal to or greater than the level of cover, low profile has no effect. That is huge.
Yeah, it is, because now you got 3.
If you've got heavy cover with low profile, you're stopping 3 hits now.
That's big.
That's, I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's huge. I like that. Okay.
It is if you've got low profile.
Yeah, if you've got low profile.
But then
Blast ignored because ignores cover, so you wouldn't have gotten low profile anyways.
Right.
Low profile used to be you increase your cover by 1, and you could never get better than heavy. So you were always topped out at 2. Now this just states you cancel an additional hit, so you can get 3 now. So that's cool.
That's cool.
And then sharpshooter would reduce it down, so that makes sense because if you didn't have light cover, you weren't getting heavy. So I'm all right with that. That's a fine change. Get you a little extra.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So now we're going to go to the points adjustments.
This is where we might be flipping tables, depending on what happens, because as of right now, clones have already gotten hit with a nerf. The clones can't share as many tokens. I'm waiting for the clone troopers to all go up in points because supposedly we're the best faction and we're broken. Even though we're not winning any of the tournaments that are happening. Alright, so starting with the Galactic Empire, Vader did go up. Vader's back up to his 190, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Vader's Apprentice went up to 175, so either he just got nerfed or they changed him as well. Emperor Palpatine is down to 190 now.
Ow.
That's the same as Vader. That's kind of big. Royal Guards are down to 69 points because everybody was bitching about the Magna Guard. The Lat's down to 105 now. I believe that was 120. Maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was. It was 120.
And the Gav tank is now down to 140. I guess you bitch enough about a snail tank and your Gav tank gets better. Alright, so upgrades. So all those, I am kind of curious to see what happens with Operative Vader, since he went up, since the Dark Lord got bonuses. Obviously, he's
we'll
gonna
have to
get
see,
some
like,
stuff.
we'll see if
We'll see when we get to the errata.
Yeah, we'll see what the cards. Yeah.
Nothing seemed overly. I mean, Boba Fett needed to go down because nobody's playing him now, anyways. 5 points is
And
probably
some of the stuff
not
went down, and Empire has suffered.
Has
maybe
suffered.
a little bit, maybe. And so some of these prices coming down, it might help some Empire players. Yeah. So I'm sure Empire players are going to be happy when they see some of this and some of the prices go down. Yeah. So that's cool. All right.
All right. So now we got upgrades. The config for the Death Troopers is now free. That's different. That's nice for them. Pathfinders had it last time, so. The H12 is still 16 points, though. They need to fix that cumbersome, is what they need to fix there.
Yeah.
Or the exhaust. One or the other.
One or the other, yeah.
The 88 twin laser cannon is now 10 for the ATS. So pretty much all the ATST add-on weapons got cheaper. 10, 5, and 8. General Weiss is now 5, and he was 1. So he's gone back up in points. So they obviously did something to him. Governor Price is 5 points. Again, I don't play Imperial, so yet. I mean, maybe I'll start playing Imperials. So upgrades got a little cheaper.
Frickin' Steiner is going to be going out of his mind.
Oh yeah, yes, he's going to have like a bazillion extra points.
He went undefeated in our last tournament, just running basically.
Right. Got second.
He was undefeated?
Yep,
Yeah.
he got second place.
Yeah, the reason. Yeah, so we had 2
How did
undefeated
he
guys in the
go
tournament.
undefeated and get second?
Because Chris Vale, who played Rebels, got first because he went undefeated and scored more victory
Scored more
points.
victory points. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scored more percentage of victory points scored.
Right.
Okay.
But he runs basically just
Stormtroopers, E-webs, and captains.
Yeah,
and stuff.
and medics, and he's gonna go absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
we're going.
Yeah.
All right to the Rebel Alliance.
We're gonna have to hear him. We're gonna have to hear him like.
Oh my God, my stuff's awesome now.
Yeah. God. Oh my God.
All right. Oh, there we go. FD turret went down to 65 points.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
FD meta. Here we come.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm still worried about. We're gonna hear.
Yeah, we will.
Constantly.
And especially now that we'll go back to. Okay. Side note: I have not made a Legion list in 3 days. This
His hands were shaking when he came in here. He was literally shaking.
That, or I have now just cleansed myself of having to make lists all the time, which is not the case. 'Cause
Bullshit. His
I'll
hands were
start-
shaking.
I'll start making lists as soon as this is done. So, if Daren goes on a tirade, I will
He'll be
probably just start
making
making
lists,
lists.
yeah.
You're
'Cause
doing it in the back of your head right now.
no, I'm not, because I haven't gotten to
No,
Robert
we're not.
points yet.
We're not there yet.
Once we get to the Republic points, maybe, then they'll start going in the back of the head.
His
and I'll
head
move
doesn't
my train of thought.
explode. He'll make
Yeah.
some lists.
Han is still 100, but he did gain steady. So Jin is down to 90, so they dropped her 10 points. Leia Organa is down to 80.
Yeah, Leia drops.
Look at that. Oh, look, R2's 55. I bet that's coming to the Republic, too. Woo!
10 more points for R2.
10 more points for R2. Probably
So
won't
R2 is
see-
now. Well, he's no longer the cheapest that
that Rebels can get. No, they can get the
No.
officer for 45, I think, is what their Rebel
Well,
officer
no, I
is.
was talking about Republic. He's no longer the cheapest.
Oh, no, you just get phase ones now, I guess.
Yeah,
Unless,
okay.
well, they might have gone up. We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
They went up. AMG, you're in trouble. So, FD Cannon, Leia, and Jin all went down.
Yeah.
R2 went up.
Yeah.
Pathfinders and Commandos.
Not a lot of changes. Although
Not a
here
lot of
lately they've been
changes.
winning a lot of tournaments.
Right.
Rebels have been doing really well here lately. A lot of tournaments if you're a tournament player.
Yes,
So,
they have.
Yeah.
All right, so upgrades for them. Oh, the flamethrower went down to 15. It's cheaper than the rotary now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
bring
yeah.
on the barbecue. And Wedge Antilles went back up to 5. So hopefully there's been some errata to that. Because, yeah. All right, do we want to skip over and do Separatists and
No, let's
Do-
let's
do
get
it-
the
do it
pain.
now?
Let's
All
get
right.
the pain.
Anakin Skywalker 155.
So you went down 5 points.
She's cheaper. I'll take it.
5 points.
Art Troopers are the same. Okay, they didn't go up.
Yeah. All right. We gotta.
Strike Team stayed the same. They didn't go up. Our RT is now 60 instead of 65.
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
take
that's
it.
a
I'll take it.
5-point drop.
Bark Speeder's 5 points cheaper. All right. Captain Rex is 100.
We knew that.
We knew that.
Yeah, yeah.
And there it is. Clone Commander up 5 points to 60.
I did call it.
You called it.
I did.
The lat went down to 105. 62 still for the phase 2s.
Okay, wait a minute now. Okay, so the lat goes down to, all right, so R2 was
45.
right? And the lat was 120.
120. So you're still fine if you had the lat with R2.
Well, actually, it's cheaper now that you're
Right.
running. Yeah, you're actually, so so you didn't stop the lat R2 because it actually got cheaper.
We have the lat's easier to kill than the bus.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because
wiser.
the bus gets shields.
Yeah.
Then we've got the phase 2s are still 62. That's the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Obi-Wan lost 5 points though. He's down to 170 now. I'll take it
Yeah.
because I play Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then oh look, there's R2 at 55. Okay, so I mean that's not horrible. It's not great.
Well, nothing went up. Well, I mean,
R2.
R2
Nothing-
went up. Yeah.
So what this tells me is the list that I've been running currently. If and when, maybe by New Year, they unload the boat and I get my Wookiees so I can run the Chieftain, my force doesn't change.
Right.
Nothing changed in that. Maybe. Well, we gotta still go through the upgrades, I guess. All right, upgrades. All right, 24. Ooh, so the Bark Ion went up 2 points. They increased the Bark Ion. Are you serious? All right. Oh, look, they increased the. Okay, so well, they dropped it 5 points for the thing. So only. Okay. Okay. So the naked one's cheaper.
But the additions are
But the
more.
additions are more.
No.
Okay. Because the twin laser is 18. That went up 3 from 15. And the RSP gunner stayed the same. So the RSP gunner for the Bark stayed 21. Yeah, look at that. Flamethrower went down to 15. All right, I'm loving that. And then 20 and 10, so that's still the same. No changes there. All right, DC 15 is 20. That we saved a point. Look at that. All right, I'm making points now. DP 23 went down a point. Went down a point. Look at that. RSP stayed the same at 21. All right. Oh, it's seeing more play now. 23 for the Z6. That stayed the same. I'm fine with that. The phase 2 mortar, which I don't even think I've assembled mine yet, is down to 18. Still probably won't assemble it.
Nobody takes it.
No.
Nobody takes that.
Echo is now 42. That's a change, and I can't remember what he was
I thought
beforehand.
he was-
But 5s is 40. That's at least a 4-point
That's a
change.
4-point bump. Yeah, he was 36. He
I-
did get
I
taken.
want to say Echo was 40. He was 9. I think he was only 40 because he was 9 more than the regular sniper.
Yeah.
So both of them got a
Both
bump.
of them.
So there, I've lost. Now I've lost
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Sons of bitches. I'm
Yeah.
done. Phase 1s are still 10 with the extra trooper, but the captain and the specialist both went down. The captain went down 2, and our specialist went down 3, and the phase 2 clone trooper stayed the same. So, not horrible.
We're not flipping tables, right?
We're not flipping tables.
You're not crying.
I wasn't gonna cry anyways.
No, you cried.
I don't need 5s in my army. I play Wookiees now. So as soon as they officially get here and I can officially play them, I will rail this dead horse until the end of time. So I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Hunting the good, my Wookiee force is still so far intact. All right, Separatists, our new droid overlords. Because yeah. Oh look, the Trade Federation tank is 175 now. So that's a 5-point increase. Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? B1 battle droids. Oh my god, they went up to 38.
They did. Wow.
Whoa.
They went up.
Cad Bane is down to 120. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's not been getting much play.
Count Dooku is down to 195. Grievous went down to 155 from 170. They dropped him 15 frickin' points.
Wow.
Let's see what upgrades. Oh, well, let's see. They don't have many upgrades here, so... The B1 battle droids went down 1 though. So they increased the base cost, but dropped the extra guy cost. Smoke grenades went up because there are so many people. That's the new meta. Smoke grenades. I've never seen a smoke grenade even used. So maybe they changed. Maybe it's a free action now, like I've always said it should be. It should be free action. 2 or 3. Looks like 2.
So what do you think?
Honestly, it was kind of what I was thinking was going to happen with us for the Republic.
Yeah.
I am surprised at some of the changes, like to the AA5. That surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they would make changes this soon to it. But, hey, Anakin's cheaper. I mean,
right.
Obi-Wan's cheaper.
That's cool.
Time the Force users, I guess.
The lad is cheaper. 100
yeah.
points?
105.
105?
105 base.
Boy, I don't know if I want to build another one for 105 base. I mean, because you can run 2 at 200.
Mm-hmm.
Delivering
210.
210, yeah, but delivering 2 units of Wookiees, across
right.
the board.
Yeah.
210, 300. Well, that's half your army.
Yeah, but you're in their face on turn 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all right, okay.
Yeah, that'd be something to try. I don't know if
Yeah,
I'll
again,
try enough to buy another one and build
Right,
it.
right. So now we're going to get to the part where we flip tables.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We're calm.
We are calm.
And here's the deal. We're used to it. We're calm players.
That's
we're Republic players.
very true.
There was some stuff went down, so we're okay.
Yeah. All right, so.
It's okay, Eric. You don't have to sell them right away. You can still do okay. That's an inside joke to our one of our guys.
Our local guys.
Yeah,
Yep. All right, so the errata reference.
You're on
This is going to be a whole bunch of us talking because we don't know what is different because everything in this document is blue. Blue, for those of you who don't know, is when they make changes, the changes are usually done in blue. This is the first time now they've split this up into 3 separate documents. Before it was all in the RRG, the Rules Reference Guide. Now we have the Rules Reference Guide, we have the Points Guide, and now we have the errata reference. And I've been told it is because it does not need to go through licensing at Lucasfilms if they're just changing points. Everything would have to go through licensing when they do the erratas to the Rules Reference Guide because you don't want Han Solo with the Darksaber and a lightsaber and all of a sudden using force powers.
What that means is they can change points without having to send it to Lucas.
Which is what we've been waiting on like the last month when they announced this back in September that, hey, we should have it at the end of this month or maybe early October, and it's now the end of October. Hopefully we won't do that again. And it's still 20 days earlier than when we got the last one because we got the last one November 20th. All right, so limited visibility has been changed. Everybody knows that. There's no change to that going through this, reading it. You cannot perform range attacks beyond range 2. And then on the first turn and the second turn, you can't do it beyond range 3. No change there. Rapid reinforcements, no change. You are required to put 1 to 2 non-commander, non-operative, and drop them in. War Weary has changed. So when checking whether a unit is panicked, the range at which a unit can use another courage value instead of their own is reduced by 2 to a minimum of 1, which now means field commanders and tanks no longer still give out their range 3 bubble. They're now down to range 1 as everybody else. So, okay, I'm alright with that. Coordinated fire, that has not changed from the last iteration of it. So there's no change there. Darkness Descends. This is one of the ones where we didn't know what it was. It now gains a permanent ability. If this card was not divulged, Darth Vader gains Reliable 2.
2 gives him surge.
So he gets 2 surges, which means he can now surge on defense or have surge to attack when he attacks for the rest of the game. And that's at the start of the activation is when Reliable happens. So there was some miscommunication when they playtest or when they showed it on he had to be issued an order to get the surges, and so we thought maybe it might be a different keyword. That's obviously not the case. Implacable has changed. So when Darth Vader activates, he gains 1 dodge token. That alone is huge. So that's nice because you're probably trying to go first with Vader anyways. At the end of Darth Vader's first activation, he may suffer 1 wound to shuffle his order token back into the order pool. During Darth Vader's second activation, he performs 1 fewer action. But since he's going to activate a second time, he will gain a 2nd dodge token. So that's pretty cool. I'm alright with that. Sabotage Communications. An opponent, that's the same as what it's always been. You issue 1 order with the card, regardless of how many it says you issue. Son of Skywalker. This is a change that was only done so that it better worded it right. There's no change to the card. You can still perform 2 attacks with Luke Skywalker on that turn. Tank That Clankers. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're going to get smoked.
Oh, fuck. After a friendly clone trooper unit with I sped read this as you won't take Rex anymore. That was Rex's best card. After a friendly clone trooper unit that has a face-up order token performs an aim action during its activation, it may increase the max range of its unit of each of its ranged weapons by 1 to a maximum of 4 until the end of that activation. Which means tactical doesn't work, offensive push doesn't work, you can't get the aim from you have to take the aim action.
Yep.
You can no longer move, gain an aim from movement, and use the extended range.
Yeah, no.
So I don't see a reason to take Rex. I just take a clone commander.
Scouting party, maybe.
I guess. I guess. I mean, his 1 pip is still good. Yeah. You underestimate that part. Oh, okay. You underestimate my power. Command card for Anakin. Anakin in 1 unit. Wasn't that just an Anakin card before?
I believe so, yes.
Permanent. Anakin gains Surge Crit and Master of the Force 1. Anakin Skywalker gains Defend 1. At the end of his activation, if he did not perform an attack, he gains 1 suppression token. So Defend 1 is when you are issued an order, you gain a dodge? Defend. Yep. When a unit with the Defend X keyword is issued an order, it gains X dodge tokens. Yeah, that's
cool.
He's cheaper, and now when you okay, I'm alright with that. All right, so Chewbacca Walking Carpet. This the same things. He now gets scale. He no longer has expert climber because he has scale. He no longer has unhindered because he has scale. And overpower weapon to add overpower lethal 1, which is what has already been changed. Oh, so Apprentice Vader gets a training slot. He gets a wound, and he has speed 2. And he loses spur.
But he has speed 2.
But he's speed 2 all the time now.
Yeah. Oh, huh.
That,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Go Empire.
Yeah, who needs burst of speed?
Right. Well, put burst of speed on him, then he's a 3, and then he's only a 1 next turn.
Yeah.
Holy crap, Scout Troopers get Scout 3 now. Increase Scout 1 to Scout 3.
Wow.
That's nice. Oh, look at that. The DC-15 loses critical. Wow. We got fucked.
DC-15 ARC Trooper upgrade.
So our sniper rifle is no longer critical 1. It was critical 1 because we don't surge or do anything.
Right, right.
We that was how we got to do turn 1 surge to a crit.
No.
No, we don't get to do that, and we didn't go down, and it didn't even go down in points. Oh! I can see why General Weiss is now.
He's field commander, yeah.
No, remove the exhaust icon.
Yeah.
So he Arsenal 4. So the ATST got cheaper, the weapons got cheaper, and he increased by 4 points. So you can shoot all 4 of them every time. Go Empire.
Damn.
Yeah. Smoke grenades. Oh, it is free action. Smoke 1. I might take them now. that's I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with paying 3 points for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Unorthodox Tactician. When you activate, roll 3 red dice for
So
each.
when you activate.
So it's when you activate.
Yeah, not at the
Okay.
beginning of the turn. Yeah.
Each chosen user gain
And it went up on points. It's
one
like-
name token.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Wedge Antilles is a field commander.
That's why he went up.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
So that wasn't like awful, right?
Except for our arcs.
Okay, that sucked.
Wow.
And then we got, so, okay, I say we, as in
the Republic
the
players.
Republic players.
The actual good guy. No, okay.
Well, no, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, so Rex's card kind of got, that
Rex's card got nerfed.
it did get
Rex
nerfed.
costs more.
Yeah.
So Rex had 2 really good cards and 1 decent card. He now has 1 really good card, if he can stay alive to use it, being his 1 pip, and 2 fine cards.
It's not awful, but
right,
then
but the fact that he can't take his own tactical now and gain a range
Correct.
3 gunslinging ability.
correct.
Granted, he can do it now as long as he takes the aim action. He can do it with
But he's
both of
only-
his attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
With Gunslinger, he doesn't need to still have the aim to do it. So he could use the aim on the first attack and still take a second Gunslinger. But I don't. I love Rex, but I don't see him coming off the shelf now. I mean, he's 100 points. He got no benefits from any of these. He got hit with the Nerf bat, 1 with the Nerf with the points, 2 with the fact that everybody shoots him and he can't grab everybody else's tokens to dodge and stay alive. And his command card got hit hard, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm partial to Rex, but...
Yeah.
Or I just take him to prove everybody wrong that he's still good. But I've been playing Wookiees and Chieftain, so I'm really into that right now.
Yeah, the sniper losing critical 1.
That's what the fuck.
That's pretty big.
I mean, I don't even care that they went up in points last time because they were probably a little overtuned with everything they got. But then you took away the deployment turn 0 movement tokens, so that didn't really matter anymore. Then you hit them with a point increase of 6 points. Okay, manageable. I can see it for the strike team, the full arcs, maybe not so much. But now you've increased Echo, you've increased 5s, and you've gotten rid of critical 1 on the gun. And you already made the change that immune to deflect, the entire order pool had to have it. So the immune to deflect keyword that's on it is now almost useless because now you don't surge. You don't surge crit with it for once, so you can't even try and blink at a force user at range 5 because you're only rolling white or a black and a red with no surge unless you have a surge token on you yourself, or you could steal 1 friend's surge token.
Yeah.
It's
It's not gonna be that's not gonna be easy.
no, I'm just gonna play fucking Wookiees and not worry about having to share tokens.
Well, okay, and the worst part is or you can play Rebels, but you gotta paint them guys now.
I do, which I mean, again, this. Talking earlier, we talked about worst case scenario. This just gets my button gear to paint the rest of my rebels,
Right.
as I have Chewbacca and 2 Wookiee units painted already because I'm going to use them for Republic.
Right.
And I got to get that done before the Shadow Collective hits. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise
There you go.
because I've got to get those painted before the Shadow Collective hits. Because when that hits, I'm running an entire Mando Super Commando faction with Maul and 2. A lightsaber and a darksaber wielding it because I want to run a Mando faction. And until you give me the battle force that does the Battle of Mandalore, and I can run clones with Ahsoka and Mandalorians and have like 3 units on the board and be completely fine with that. So I got, and then I need to get, I'm going to play Rebels when Dad Bod Boba shows up because he's a Rebel operative. And that's coming in like 3 years or 2. Yeah, I don't know when. It's coming in a long time. And with as low as I paint, I'm going to need that time to get everything painted. So, but I mean,
I got Rebels painted.
I know you do.
I got an Army Force painted.
Aside from if I would have not read that DC 31, the DX 31, the losing critical 1.
Okay, so the changes weren't awful. awful.
They weren't awful.
It wasn't like I'm gonna cry or anything like that.
I'm not gonna burn my army.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna
like
just.
that. Yeah, Eric.
Yeah.
You can keep them. You know,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. You can keep them. I think Empire players are gonna be happier.
Oh, yeah.
Should be. They've got some stuff.
Yeah.
I know Steiner right now is like getting
Oh my
like a little
God.
kid, seeing the points
That
changes.
Apprentice Vader.
We should probably see Vader on the tabletop.
You're gonna
a
see
little bit
even
more.
before Burst of Speed finally gets released
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yeah,
You're gonna see Vader.
that. Well, I mean, we got guys that are not even.
Right, they're running them now. I mean,
they're running it now
before the changes.
Yeah.
What was it? Lone Star Dallas Open. On the top table was Vader triple two-back list.
Yeah.
And almost beat the Rebel player.
Yeah. So I think that helped. The clones, with all the new releases, or not the clones, the
Separatists.
The Separatists, with all the new releases.
Kashyyyk Wave.
Yeah, they're gonna have such a huge variety of stuff. So it'll be really interesting, I think, to see what the new meta is going to be. The new meta is going to be.
Armor could be melee.
Armor could be huge. Melee could be huge. It's just going to be really interesting to see how this whole thing pans out now.
I don't think gun lines. We were talking about how they'll help the Empire gun line. I don't know how well gun lines are going to do in a heavy meta or in a close combat meta.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know how the
Steiner thinks he can handle it, so
he
we'll
does.
see.
Well, the son of a bitch rolls more crits on white dice than anybody ever
He
seen.
does.
Yeah, so we don't know how this is gonna pan out, but it is kind of interesting to see, and hopefully you stuck around and watched some of it. Unfortunately, there wasn't as much drama as we kind of thought, or as some of the locals that have read it before us and were talking to us last night at a local game store, Games Plus One in Davenport.
Yeah. Go
They were. I don't know if they were maybe teasing us a bit or maybe thought.
The only thing I saw was Austin when it first dropped that said Republic got fucked.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I saw online. I posted a meme of Homer Simpson backing into the Force and saying, "Well then," or into a bush disappearing because
I don't know
we
if
made the PSA announcement.
Yeah.
On Tuesday,
Don't tell us.
Paint Stream on Tuesday, they announced within 24 hours. So Daren and I talked, and we said, we had talked, and we're like, hey, let's not look at anything, and we'll do our reaction online. So I made an announcement, because Daren and I kind of are the main organizers of Legion in the area, on the Facebook group. Said, hey, PSA, once the rules reference drops, Daren and I are not going to watch it, because we're going to get our reactions on film. And so we made that known. When it got said, I was like, all right, I'm out. Time to go. And all I saw was Austin's Republic got fucked. Now, I don't think we got fucked. Because he said that, I was preparing for, like, phase 1's going up, phase 2's going up. I was ready to be like, all right, I'm going to get 6 activations, and it'll have to be double Clone Commander to get there. And it's not. Like I said, my list, going off of what I have in memory, my current list of running, what I told Turn Zero Lists podcast when I was on that, which is actually pretty cool because they're interviewing people, just regular guys. Message them and they'll interview about a list, talk about it 20, 30 minutes. That list, I think, is still legal and or I can still add more stuff into it now. Because it had Obi-Wan Chieftain, 3 phase 1s, and 3 Wookiees. It's an 8 activation. None of that stuff went up. Obi-Wan got cheaper, and some of the upgrades that might have gotten cheaper. But I mean, like, the phase 1s didn't go up. The extra guy didn't go up. I think I got 1 extra guy in one of the squads. So,
Yep.
that's the list I've been running that I want to run, and I can still run it. So, it's not horrible. I mean,
How many lists are you gonna build now tonight when you go home? You gonna start messing with it?
oh god, yeah. Dude, I'm going to start messing with it as soon as we turn that camera on. I don't know what you're talking about.
So what's your favorite list builder to use?
I bounce between 2. I use the Legion HQ, which is done by 5th Trooper, and I do Tabletop Admiral.
I do too. Yeah.
I kind of bounce between the 2. Just whichever one opens first on my phone. I don't really have a single preference.
I do.
I like them both.
I do too.
Okay.
I bounce between them both too.
They're both free. You gotta if you create in a free account, it'll save your lists, and so you can go back to them. I know Tabletop Admiral has a share function, so you can go through and see what other people are making. I have not looked at that with Legion HQ, but yet then again, Legion HQ has the Stormtide upgrade carbs in them.
So whenever I do that, then
So I can go do that there, except you still can't get all the upgrades in there, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I can't do code, so I can't tell them to say they need to get
Oh
that.
gosh, no. Dude, I'm lucky I can get to YouTube and watch what we do.
Right?
Oh look, we made another video. We're rich. Yeah.
Wait, if I just click this link, it takes me there, right? Yep. All right. Good.
Yeah, he's got the icon saved for dumbass, so I can click on it basically. Non-meta.
Our non-meta.
We have some weird. We got some weird lists that show up at our game store that you just don't see.
Nope.
Nobody.
People play what they like in our area.
Yeah.
It's not a meta.
No.
Meta.
Yeah, and it's
game.
which makes it really cool until
It
you
is.
go up against a bunch of metas and you're like, I don't know, I've never faced this. How have you never faced this? Nobody uses it where I'm from. They just,
Oh my God! You've got T21Bs in your starter. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
What? Why? No, these things suck. No, they don't.
Yeah.
Run 6 of them. They're horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So
There was a reason why in one of my lists I made, every one of my units but one had situational awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kept getting tired of getting critted by frickin' T21Bs and whatever the rebel gun was that Chris ran all the time. Oh, I got 4 crits through.
Yeah.
Well, shit, these these dodge tokens don't help me. No, it worked at one time.
high velocity.
Yeah.
Even I got that
You want me to flip the table now? If you haven't seen that video, go check out our latest Stormtide video.
Yeah.
one. Point.
Point in the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, it's down here.
Yeah, it's down there
Yeah,
someplace.
or it's up there.
Yeah.
Over
Somewhere.
here. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what?
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Just so you know, 6 dodge tokens on Obi-Wan against high velocity.
It was only 4, I believe, or 5. It was not 6.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, it wasn't 6. But there
3
was
dice shot comes in. I got cover. I'll be on. Oh, 2 crits. I'm down to 1 wound. I have situational awareness. Oh, high velocity. Oh. Made one of them statistically average. Completely average. Or perfectly average.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what the Friday Night Fight guys say. Perfectly
average. Yeah, it was perfectly average.
It was
Yeah.
perfectly average, and he died.
Yeah.
Because of the unaveraged lightning strike rolls that happened the turn before. Or 2.
That's a cool.
Now, Daren got quite a few of those too.
I did.
Yeah.
Not on his leader.
No, not on my leader.
It's too bad I wasn't filming that to catch that
Right.
because we didn't start filming
We didn't start
until the
filming
third,
until later.
third turn.
Yeah.
But hey, that is a great scenario.
It is.
It's a lot
If you
of
guys
fun.
have not gone to the 5th Trooper and checked out the Stormtide,
No
go
kidding.
do it.
Yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
It is well
Absolutely.
worth. It's $40 a month for the box.
It's something like that.
But then if you split it with somebody because it's designed for 2
It's
people,
2 people, so it's
$20 a month.
Yeah,
you
I
get.
go
It's
to that
awesome.
with Jameson and
There'll be
right, so-
another link up above.
Another link somewhere, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Click on it again.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about.
Yeah,
It's a campaign, and you get a character that you get to create, and he levels up. So.
Right. Yeah, it is cool. It is.
There's our plug
It's,
for
it's a
Stormtide.
plug.
This was going to be another Stormtide night.
It was.
The
but
RRG
then
dropped.
This dropped. So we're
And
gonna,
now we're doing this. So.
yeah, here we go. Yeah.
All right, so you guys, we got new rules, we got new points, we got erratas.
Go make lists, have a good time, destroy the new meta, make a new meta, do whatever you got to do.
Right, run
He's-
like double lats. Bring out the FD cannons, FD cannon for life. There we go, 3 of them.
Yeah.
We'll stop those armor guys right in their tracks.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching. Yes, you do it. Do it.
All right, stop watching us.
All right, go roll some dice.